What's going on, guys? Hurricane here. Today we will be spectating Svori60. They're in an XM8. This is a battle rating 9.7 vehicle, rank 6. And they're playing with USA, Great Britain, Japan, China, Italy, France, and Israel. The enemy team has Germany, Russia, and Sweden. And they're playing Domination in the Arctic polar base. Now, these videos are to help you guys out by providing a hindsight point of view. Hopefully, this shows you what works and what doesn't work. Exit Mate is a light vehicle from a previous time I was not on while this vehicle was out, but it is a light vehicle. It has 105 millimeter round, 105 mil, and a 5-second reload. It is bulky though. It is a pretty huge guy for being a light tank, but it does go pretty quickly. And Svori is now pushing into the Charlie cap, pushing straight up into it. He does have a couple people that he's got to be kind of aware of, and that's what he's kind of using it with being a light tank, but also being such a huge tank. Hold downs probably aren't going to be the greatest option. I mean, it is going to be his best option, but since again this is more of like a hill type thing, there's not many buildings unless you go into his Bravo cap, but with most of it being hills, it's going to be very difficult. He is trying to go over and try to get a view on this T62. Hopefully he's able to mark it and take a shot at it. It's a little bit to his left. There it is. Takes a shot. Beautiful. Sets that T62 on fire, and now the T62 is gone. Beautiful for him, but now he's got some other people to his right. Leopard right there, Tam, and another vehicle that we're basically just kind of waiting on him to take a shot, and it looks like they did a good job of kind of being behind the hill. Now Svori comes back in. This is a battle rating of 9.7. Svori decides to come back in an M18 Hellcat. Now it looks like from his profile that the XM8 was his purchased vehicle, and so I don't know if he's just purchased this one or was able to buy it or was able to go and kind of get it first. And then I don't like his loadout. It's 21 armor piercing rounds and only 23 armor piercing high explosive rounds, but he has the high explosive rounds that kind of as a secondary, and this is not going to do well for him. Yes, it does well around the 6.0 battle rating, but at 9.0 and him being up top of a hill, this is not going to be great. He is able to ping players, so I would have used that, been able to use it for pinging players essentially as a support. But again, like I was saying, he has the XM8. He bought it. It is his most used vehicle, but I just don't think that he has any other vehicles. I think he's been using it to kind of upgrade everything and run through the tech tree, but he's not really pushing. He's not really kind of. I mean, it just. I understand using like a premium vehicle to kind of run up your ranks and everything, to get to the top of the tech tree, but you also have to be aware of the fact that you can't be bringing low-level vehicles. This is a 4.0 vehicle, the M44, into these top-tier games and then just go on top of hills. You have to be strategic with what you got. It is not going to bode well for him. I mean, maybe he can get like a kill or two. Again, there's always guys running M22s and the L333s, up in the high tier games and getting those kills. It's wonderful, but not with this strategy where he's kind of going up on hills. And this is kind of like he's got the vehicles at the top, but he doesn't have the skill set at the top. It's not good. It's not a good look. I don't like it whatsoever. It's Tam right there. Let's see if he's able to take a shot. He does see him. He might actually get this one. Actually takes a shot. Beautiful. Knocks him out. Does get that. Amazing shot for him. Again, you might get the 1 or 2. You're going to be excited about it, but it's not really going to do well for you in the long run, especially if you're running this M44. There's a huge tank compared to all the other vehicles on the other team. However, I'm eating my own words because he's doing great. He's doing good. He's got the kill. He's got 1 kill, 1 assist, 2 deaths, and he's now capping the Charlie cap. But he's not really looking around either, though. He's kind of looking at the floor. And this is kind of what happens when you bring a high-tier vehicle with low-tier stats. He does decap it, but then decides to get out of the cap itself and not um, cap it for some reason. I mean, yeah, your friends are behind you and they're gonna cap, but you need the research points. You need you need that the research points and experience to be able to bring up your vehicles and to be able to also finally catch up your tech tree uh, vehicles up to your premium vehicle. But he's just pushing forward. He could have easily capped Charlie and then gotten those research points and then now push forward and then gotten over on this flank right here. BMP2 right there, T-72A that's getting pinged by his teammates. And I mean, he is kind of running through this back end of it, and I want to say I'm not proud of him, but I am proud of him because he hasn't been shot yet. He hasn't even been seen. T-72 takes a shot at his team that's on the Charlie cap, is unaware of him. He needs to take out that BMP2 though. Let's see if he was able to take that shot on the T-72, and takes a shot, gets a hit, but that is it because his round doesn't penetrate whatsoever. However, T-72 is popping smoke, so it doesn't look like they're able to really see what the hell is going on with him, but he is using the MGs to take him out, and the MGs are going to be enough essentially to kind of kill all his crewmates because they're all exposed. Even though he does have like 7 crewmates, he's going to be able to shoot faster. He does have it reloaded, but again, the pressure on this vehicle and how big of a vehicle it just wasn't going to do him much good. If he was able to get a shot on that BMP, that would have been great. But again, unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that. He took a shot at the T-72A that was right in front of him, took off his side skirts, but that was about it. And then just kind of got obliterated on that one. But what's going on, guys? Hurricane here. Just wanted to take a quick break from the video. I appreciate you guys subscribing and watching these videos, liking and commenting as well. My goal is to improve the video quality from 1080p to all the way to 4K. I want to be able to justify getting better equipment, so I am reaching 1,000 subscribers. If you guys are able to help me out with that, subscribing if you can, sharing it with your friends, and commenting and liking. All these videos are free. I don't charge for anything, and I don't charge for you able to spectate your video to post it on here and give you guys also some shout outs as well. So everything is appreciated, and back to the game. Svori60 is gone. Let's go ahead and find somebody else that's not. Let's go Rico 404 4004 Magak. Show his information. That's wrong. Okay, there it is. Level 100. Usually Israeli American player. He's in a Magak 7C. Let's see what he's got. He's got 1 kill, no deaths, but he's been on the Bravo side, it seems like, and it looks like, I mean, there's Timmy's winning. Proud of him for that. And he's kind of moving slow. Is this like a slow vehicle? Because he's moving rather slow, 15 kilometers, 16. Pretty slow, but I mean, he's alive, he's doing well. He's got the cap, he's holding down the cap, he's preventing people from being able to take the cap. I also don't like this though because he's not really pushing forward, not really doing much. This is a lot of hesitation for somebody that's at the top. There's a T-72 from earlier, takes a shot, doesn't get a hit at all. I don't know if he just doesn't have a laser rangefinder or what, but he's shot a little low, takes another shot, knocks out the crew, kill number 2. Glad for him, power, I'm happy for him, but now he's got to look for somebody else. And it looks like somebody dropped artillery right in front of him, in that little mark right there. But the enemy team is kind of gone. It's Svori and Rico are getting kind of lucky with this. This is an M60 that's kind of, this is probably why it's so slow, because it's an M60 and it looks like there's a lot of additional armor on top of it. There's a Gepard over on the right, BMP3. And he's kind of just moving slow and just taking his time with everything, which isn't bad, but you got to get a little bit more experience with everything. And I mean, I'm a big guy and pushing forward, and especially at these battle ratings, this is a 9.7 battle rating. Mobility is going to be your biggest friend, and the M60 with the additional armor is just not going to be that great. Yeah, that's a ton of additional armor, a ton of additional stuff on top. And that's what I've noticed with Israeli vehicles. They'll take your normal tank and they'll add in a ton of extra armor, a ton of extra guns up on top. But it looks like they're losing the alpha cap. Nobody's on the alpha that's going to be able to defend it. And Rico 4004 is just kind of holding off onto this Bravo cap. But that's the thing. He's not in front of the Bravo cap. He's behind it. And I understand if you want to defend a Bravo cap, like you want to defend a cap, and that's going to be your strategy. That's wonderful. That's great. But you can just tell with the hesitation. I mean, the enemy team is just almost gone. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 active players at this time, 3 active players at this time, and this is a lot of hesitation. I think you should be able to gain a little bit more confidence at this time once you kind of see how well you're doing as a team and push forward. But this is just. He's high up again. We saw his stats. He's level 100. He's got a lot of time. He's got hours and hours of time on this game. But it was so much hesitation. I don't understand it. I mean, one guy pushing forward. Svori was pushing forward with low-level vehicles, kind of going all out, and I'm proud of him for that. But just you have to be aware of your battle rating and what you can do with the tanks. And then, of course, if you only have one premium vehicle, it's not really going to be able to do you much help. And especially if the vehicle is such a huge tank with the XM8. But 4004, I forgot his name, the first name. I know it's just Lenar. 4004, just full-on hesitation. Just afraid of going forward. Had 2 kills, no deaths, but push forward. That's going to be the thing. It's going to be push forward, especially gain that confidence once you realize your team is doing great. I understand taking a defensive position when you're kind of in the loss, in the negative, but your team was winning. You could have easily pushed forward. You could have easily moved that thing a little bit, at least to the cap. But I don't even think he even got to the cap. He just stayed behind buildings, kind of hesitating, kind of slow, and it was weird for me to see somebody at level 100 that was that slow and that hesitating, because again, you would have usually expected them to be like much more accurate, much more confident, much more aware of everything, and you can see that there just was no confidence at all in that for him. But what did you guys learn? Did you learn anything? Like and comment your tips and suggestions. Subscribe if you want to see more spectating videos. If you want me to spectate your video, send me your username and the session ID for the replay you want me to spectate. Otherwise, I will spectate a random video. Have a good one.